Hey everybody, Kriss here. Welcome. It's been an interesting day today following yesterday's big drop in the crypto markets. Today we were talking about recovery and what was going to happen. And look, we've got green in the crypto market now. Of course, that wasn't throughout most of the day. It was just late afternoon into this evening as the stock market is closed. There's no more talk about these stupid banks, and crypto can just do what crypto does. So we're going to talk about crypto, we're going to talk about banks, talk about Doge and Bitcoin and others, and kind of what's going on with this crypto market now and ties to the banking system. Why does crypto still need a banking system? And what's the idea about crypto being an alternative to the banking system? So we're going to talk about that as well. Let me drop down here into the corner so we can see the charts nice and big. And here's Doge at 686. 686. We were flirting with 630 earlier this morning. And it was just like, that's just not good, not good. And we had Bitcoin. Bitcoin last night when we ended the stream, we were under 20,000. And throughout the day, it kind of flirted up and down. It hit a low of about 19.5. And a lot of people on Twitter were all, Bitcoin's going down to 10K. But look what's happened. Ever since the stock market closed, no one talking about banks once the stock market closed. And we got Bitcoin up to 20,800, now 776. That's not bad. That's not bad. So feeling a little good right now. As we go into the weekend, and we'll talk about how we see crypto trading into the weekend as well. But this is certainly a good sign, having this little upswing here. And it's across all the cryptos. We've got Doge up, we've got ETH up, SHIB is up, Bone is up quite a bit. Again, a lot of anticipation about Shibarium. Is it really going to be open tomorrow? We'll see about that on tomorrow. But for those that are into SHIB and Bone, that's a good sign as well. So we'll be talking about others as well. We've got Dogecoin, Shiba Inu drop over 10% as crypto market crash deepens. So this was written before we started a little bit of a rally this afternoon. And this is where we started, right? This big decline over the last 24 hours. Trading volume was up. A lot of people were panic selling. Okay, if you want to do that, again, right, you want to buy low and sell high, right? Buy low, sell high. If you panic sell when it's dropping, that's not good. Because as we see now, the crypto markets are recovering. And if you panic sold down here, you're buying back up at a higher price. So you be careful out there. So what's going on? In the United States, the SEC continues its crackdown on crypto. Why is SEC cracking down on crypto? And is this an organized attack, including other government institutions that are hitting things at other levels as well? Anything related to crypto? Conspiracy theorists are wondering, is that what's going on? Against the backdrop of a significant liquidity crisis, Silvergate Bank opted to cease its operations and transition to a state of liquidation. So Silvergate, that was an on-ramp for fiat onto crypto exchanges, right? You'd go through Silvergate. I don't know how many exchanges worked with Silvergate, but my understanding is quite a few did. And without Silvergate, then the exchanges kind of lost that one route for getting fiat onto exchanges, because that's what you have to do, right? If you're going to buy cryptocurrency, you pretty much need fiat money, and you got to get that fiat money to the exchange in order to buy the crypto. Now, there are some where you can use a credit card, pay a fee on the credit card, But that also goes through some kind of transfer mechanism, and I'm not quite sure how that works as well. So if not Silvergate, then there's another one called Signature. Signature had a huge price decline in its stock today. I think there was sort of this contagion, right? It's like all the bank stocks, especially the smaller ones, and especially the ones related to cryptocurrency, all were going down today. Their stocks were dropping. But Signature may end up getting lifted. Thankfully, it's a Friday. We've got the weekend to cool off, and on Monday, we'll see what happens. But are the bank stocks still going to be a big target on Monday? Well, we'll talk about that Sunday night. For tonight, we're talking about this SEC, United States government attack across crypto. So we also have the New York Attorney General's office initiating legal action against KuCoin, the crypto exchange, because they're saying they're trading Ethereum and ETH, according to the New York Attorney General's office, is a security. KuCoin was also trading Luna and Terra that they also called securities. And so I don't know if they're just looking for a big fine to be paid or what's going to happen with that, but we'll see about that. We have the chair of the Federal Reserve, Jerome Powell, cautioning on Wednesday the central bank may increase interest rates beyond the projected range as inflation continues to rise, and also giving warnings about crypto markets. So looking out for the retailer, right? Right, looking out, right? Be careful. So we're going to regulate it. We're going to shut it down, and so you won't lose your money. Well, a lot of us are here because we don't want to deal with that. We don't want to deal with the banks. We don't want to. That's our financial freedom that we've chosen to do. So if we end up getting wrecked because the cryptocurrency market goes down, that's on us. We don't need your protection, right? But that's the way they see it. So I don't know. We'll see. We will see about that. So we had SHIB dropping, we had Doge dropping, but this was before this recovery that we're seeing this evening. But that's kind of where we started. And CoinDesk had this article about your Silvergate Bank, and also this other bank in the Silicon Valley, the Silicon Valley Bank. And what's that about? So a lot of talk about the Silicon Valley Bank today, which essentially had a bank run and did not have all of the reserves to meet everyone trying to withdraw. It also turns out that a lot of the leadership of the Silicon Valley Bank were selling their stock over the past couple of weeks leading up to this. Millions of dollars of stock were being sold. So what about that? No. We just unbelievable. The Silicon Valley Bank manages money for a lot of venture capital funded startups. Roku had millions of dollars on here. And then as we'll see, Circle also has a lot of money that was in this Silicon Valley Bank. And they run USDC, the stable coin. So now there's questions, does USDC have all the reserves if a chunk of it was in this bank, this Silicon Valley Bank? So that's not good. Of course, on Twitter, the whole financial crisis, the 2008 all over again. This is a Lehman Brothers moment. Well, is it? Or is this kind of more of a focused attack here that's happening that started with Silvergate because of crypto, but now it's starting to spread a little bit to like the Silicon Valley Bank, which isn't directly crypto related, but is at the same time. So and where is it going to spread from here? First Republic Bank, another smaller bank, regional bank they call it, its stock sinks after Silicon Valley Bank was failing. And then we saw a number of these different regional banks all their stocks going down and questions on whether they have the reserves. A lot of people lining up at their banks trying to withdraw money. So if you've got a lot of money, where would you put it, right? Right? If you've got money saved, where would you put your money, right? You could put it in a mattress? You could put it in Bitcoin or Doge, put it in cryptocurrency. Well, to get in cryptocurrency, you got to get it onto an exchange. But for the most part. So that's where we are right now. But next week could be shaky for the banking market. It could be shaky. But we have a little respite for the weekend because we're not going to be talking about the banks and the stocks aren't trading, and we can just do cryptocurrency in peace, at least until Monday. So we'll see how that plays out. So here's the article on Circle. The USDC reserves are in hot water as records show that they had exposure to Silicon Valley Bank. Out of the $8.6 billion USDC reserves held across multiple banks, Circle maintains some undisclosed amount, so we don't know how much that is, out of their $8 billion in reserves. How much were in Silicon Valley Bank? And the thing about Silicon Valley Bank, it is FDIC insured. Again, this is the United States, FDIC insured, but only FDIC insured up to some amount. I think it's $250,000. And then anything over that, not insured. So if you're just, a retailer and you're using that bank and you had $100,000 on the bank, you're safe. Because the federal government, you've got the insurance, you're going to get that money. But if you're Roku, and I think that was in this one's about Circle, somewhere there was a reference to Roku, who had like $40 million or something in this bank. That's not good. That's not insured. But Circle probably had some other exposure too outside of their USDC stablecoin with this bank as well. Now, Circle says the reserves for USDC are spread across BNY Mellon, Signature Bank, Citizen Trust Bank, Citizens Customers Bank, New York Community Bank. They had some on Silvergate right there, and Silicon Valley Bank. So they had some in Silvergate too. Wow. So we have that going on. And now we've got these U.S. senators. They're writing to the banking regulators about potential crypto discrimination. That's right. 4 United States Republican senators, led by Bill Hagerty, written a letter to the heads of the federal banking regulatory agencies, questioning the motivation behind recent regulatory moves in regard to cryptocurrency. They've addressed the Federal Reserve Board Chair Jerome Powell, Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation Chair Marty Gruenberg, Office of the Comptroller of the Currency, Acting Comptroller Michael Hsu. Why are these guys all against cryptocurrency? And why are they like throwing missiles at cryptocurrency now? So it looks like we've got some legislators on our side with cryptocurrency. And we already know that, I think it was in Wyoming, the governor vetoed a bill that was trying to get passed through to pave the way for a central bank digital currency, a CBDC, by brushing away crypto allowance. And that governor vetoed that bill. So, but they're coming at it in all directions. And we already know the Biden administration in January called for agencies to ramp up enforcement. And that enforcement was specifically in reference to cryptocurrency. So all kind of interesting things going on. So can Bitcoin and cryptocurrency escape the bank run contagion and have a bullish momentum soon. And what I say is, this is why Bitcoin was made. Remember, Bitcoin was made following the 2008 financial crisis. A peer-to-peer digital currency that gets away from the traditional banking system. That's how crypto was born. We may be seeing some of this run that we had are people putting their money into cryptocurrency because they don't trust the banks. That's pretty interesting. We'll see how that plays out, but that could be some of it. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Dogecoin plunge after Silvergate failure, but here's why a bounce could be in the cards. And not only are they talking about what I just said on, distrust in banks, more faith in crypto, but also a lot of them are looking at the charts. And on the charts, they're looking at this RSI support, and where the RSI support is really low. And on the daily, I think it was for Bitcoin, it's as low as it was back at the FTX crash time. So if we go to the daily here, and I've got to turn on the RSI. Hello. Yeah, not doing that for me right now. Well, we can look at their chart because they did have it in this article here. But they didn't go back all the way to FTX here. But essentially, the relative strength index is as low now on Bitcoin as it was right after the FTX crash. And after the FTX crash, Bitcoin hit its low of 15.6 and then went up from there. So we could be seeing a bounce like that. That could be happening. So we'll see. A lot of TA guys are all over this chart and what all of this means. But this was a nice little bounce here from these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 consecutive red days on Bitcoin on the daily that we're now seeing a green bounce back up here. So that's good to see. And we're also not dropping to 10K. But it's the beginning of the weekend. So yeah, like I said earlier, we're away from all of the talk of the bank stocks and all of that because it's the weekend. And crypto could do its own thing. And right now, over the past 2 hours, everything is in the green. It's all in the green. So that's pretty good. Over the past 24 hours, Bitcoin, ETH, BNB, Solana, XRP, Doge, all in the green. Litecoin is down a little bit. Litecoin really got hit on this dump. They got hit hard. TRX down. I don't care about that. ADA, AVAX in the green. So that's pretty good. Recovered enough where over a 24-hour period, we've got a lot of green in the market. If we look at coin market cap, most of these are going to be the same sort of tail, red over the past 7 days. But there's a few that actually have performed well. Kava is up 20% over 7 days. Here's Bone up 11% over 7 days in anticipation of the Shibarium. If we look on a 24-hour, there's Bone, Kava, Curve, Quant, Solana, Stacks, Matic. Yeah, Matic had dipped under $1. So if you wanted to grab some Matic for under $1, you could have yesterday. But now back up over $1. Hedera hash graph now making a little recovery. Even Ethereum Classic. Someone was asking on the 24-hour stream, what's another proof of work cryptocurrency you can invest in? Well, Ethereum Classic if you want to. Still proof of work. So all very interesting. So we'll be watching that as we go forward. For Doge right now, in the short term, a little bit of a step back here, down to 679, but still 679 is not bad. Much better than 630 where we were over here. All right, what's going on, guys? Hey, Joseph, how are you? Love YouTube videos. Listen to them on the way home from work. Keep up the good intel. Thank you. Thank you. Space Frog, welcome. Crazy week for the markets. It has been, but a nice little green end. Nice way to end the week. A little positive action here. Yeah, Bill, Friday, best day of the week for working people. True enough. True enough. Hi, Toss. Jonathan, 16-cent Doge by end of the year. Not a lot to ask. I would like that. I think that would be awesome. 16-cent Doge. My price prediction. Did you watch my price prediction video? End of the year price prediction video. What did I say? I guess I was in 12s, right? But 16 would be good. Got a long way to go. It's a long year. This is only March. Who would have known that we'd be having all these banking problems? Joseph, come to realize people don't like crypto or simply just because they don't understand the blockchain technology, what it's capable of, what it can be used for. I know they just lump crypto all together into one shoebox, and crypto is bad. The blockchain technology actually is pretty good, and it is the future. Now, of course, CBDCs are going to make their own private blockchains. That's the plan, so that only they can see what's being logged on the blockchain and how they can control CBDCs. Oh my gosh, American people aren't going to like that. So we'll see. I'm kind of guessing that they're already working on it behind the scenes. It's already being worked on. And that's why they're going after crypto now, to pave the way. So if they can wreck everyone in crypto, they can say, hey, look at our digital dollar, backed by the US government. You bought $1,000 worth Wednesday, and you give it time, that's all. Yep. And I've been showing you all week when I've been buying. I mean, I bought a big chunk right here at 0704, this blue line here. So I'm down on that. But then I bought more at like 687, and then I bought more at 662. So on the 662 bunch, that was my last purchase. That used up the rest of my buying power. I'm a little bit up on that Doge, but the other Doge that I'd been buying for the past few days, I'm down on. I didn't know that Doge was going to drop this far. But that's okay. I'm in it for the long run. This is the long game through the next bull market. So that's what I'm waiting for. Hey there, Joseph. Welcome. Good to see you. Still believe the bottom's already in for Bitcoin. Too many people holding for long term. And what we're also hearing now is more and more people really talking about the scarcity of Bitcoin. How much Bitcoin is available in liquidity on exchanges now is drying up. There's so many more hodlers now of Bitcoin. So people are starting to get it, and they're like, okay, $20,000 Bitcoin. Just buy it and hold it, because it could be $200,000 in a year or two, especially after the next halving a year from now. And as we've seen before, Bitcoin goes on a run, altcoins go on a run too. Sometimes they have a mind of their own, like SHIB or Doge can go on their own runs at their own time based on some catalyst, like Shibarium could do that. Elon Musk for Doge could do that. That's why it's fun to have some altcoins and not just Bitcoin. Bitcoin maxis, I think, are missing out. There's a lot of other good projects out there and a lot of good coins. And I didn't want to be sitting on the sidelines the next time SHIB goes on a big run, because there's a lot of ETH whales that are behind SHIB. And they're in it to make money. It's only a matter of time before that happens. I think I bought my SHIB a little too soon, because we thought that Shibarium was the first we heard was the beta was going to be opened up on like February 14th. So yeah, I wasn't patient enough to wait. And so I bought my SHIB a little high, but it'll get back up there. So I'm not worried about it. You bought some SHIB, some Doge, and a little Solana. And some OP, some optimism. Good. I've got optimism. We don't know what's going to happen with optimism. There's some talk about some other like airdrop happening, or there was some airdrops and they had to hold for so long before they could sell. So there's some of that that's going on. Sort of unlock period. So we just have to watch that with optimism, but a long time, yeah, we could see that. Hey, Joseph, you originally bought 175,000 Doge, like 003. You sold the third at 55 cents. Sweet. That's a good profit. You moved a third of that into other assets, holding the rest long, even DCAing. Let's go, Doge. Nice. That's a good way to do it. Sold a third of it, took profit. And we'll be talking about taking profits in the next bull run. But that's a good way that you did it. You didn't hold it all like I did. I had 400,000 Doge at 2 cents. Held it all the way up and all the way back down. Not going to do that again. I have more Doge now because I have continued to buy. So I'm over 1 million Dogecoin now. I'll be taking some profits somewhere along the way. Jonathan, do you really see 100 trillion burns a year for Shiba through Shibarium? Yeah, that seems like too much. I mean, they're talking about millions right now, that they're burning here and there, and they're making it sound like it's a big deal. And 1 million SHIB is not a big deal. 100 trillion, I don't see that. Yeah, I don't see that. But I guess we just have to see how that plays out. Bone is going to make out well, probably, being the gas, right, on Shibarium. But with everything used on Shibarium, continuing to burn SHIB tokens, I mean, that'll get people excited buying SHIB. But 100 trillion a year, I don't see that. I don't see that. Yeah, I don't support the Pi network yet, Joseph. That thing has been hyped for years. What else going on? Bitcoin now 20,600. See a little bit of pullback on this run this evening. So still too early to chart this on what we see in terms of support and resistance with all the craziness that's happened the past couple days. So going to have to kind of wait and see on that one because still a little too volatile right now. We've got good volume trading tonight. We usually don't see that on a Friday night, but following where the coin has been, that doesn't surprise me. But yeah, a little volatile though. So that's what we've got. Reminders, do follow me on Twitter at KrissPax. Follow me. And if you're here tonight and you follow me, I will follow you back on Twitter. So I'm at KrissPax. Followed a bunch last night that were on the stream last night. So a reminder of that for my YouTube channel. If you haven't already, please subscribe and give a like too for the stream, because a lot of people watch this on video. Probably tomorrow morning, people will be watching this on a video. So getting the likes up is good. So appreciate that support. And I will set this up for the 24-hour live stream, chart stream that's always on. So once this live stream is done, in a few minutes, I'll get the 24-hour live stream started. You can leave a comment in the chat there if you want. And people just come on, off and on, through the day and night, which is pretty cool. So I'll leave that on, and then I'll be on again 9:00 p.m. East Coast time, Boston time here in the United States. I'll be on again live. We'll see where we are after trading on Saturday. So hope you're all well, and we'll see you next time.
Dogecoin, which started as a complete joke, has like skyrocketed to not a joke anymore. It hit an all-time high of almost 10 cents yesterday, but it was so minuscule you wouldn't have understood why you have millions of shares.
Didn't Elon tweet that too?
And arguably, the most entertaining outcome and the most ironic outcome would be that Dogecoin becomes the currency of Earth in the future.